My leads grew cold as the coming winter. I was still at a loss to explain Walter Penske's sudden disappearance, but at least the nightmares had stopped. Now I simply drifted in and out of a dreamless sleep. I lost all track of time, the result of too many restless nights that left me with little energy to uncover the secrets of the Brotherhood of Thule. How they were linked to the Torso Killer, I wasn't sure. 8 victims down, 1 to go, if this guy really was following the prophecy of the ritual. And afterwards, God only knows what might happen. Like the calm before the storm, I sensed that something big was waiting to happen. And somehow, I would be in the center of it all. Maybe this Madame Cassandra can explain to me what's been going on.
Madame Cassandra awaits you.
Something weighs heavy on your heart. What is it that is troubling you? Ow! Oh, your aura has been branded.
What?
Oh, your spirit. It carries a very dark cloud.
Ma'am, I'm not following any of your Swami act. Can you speak to me in plain English? How about we start with why you sent me this?
Why, you must be the young man from the COI.
That's right, ma'am. I'm Jim Pearson. Now, Madam
You're
Cassandra?
among friends now, Jim, please. My name is Cassie. Oh, Dottie! Dottie! Oh, hello, Dottie. Could you please bring Mr. Pearson and I a cup of tea?
Yes, madam.
This, Madame Cassandra bit, it's just for my clients. Thank you. Now, I'm sure there's lots to talk about between you and I.
Yes, ma'am.
Well then, shall we begin?
Have you heard from Mr. Penske? You mentioned in your letter that he'd been in touch with you.
Just an odd little note with no return address. It only just arrived. It said if I were to receive this message, he would be out of reach for some time, and that I was to contact you immediately on a matter of utmost importance. He didn't mention what that matter was.
How long ago was this?
I only just received his letter. I wrote you straight away. Walter wouldn't have sent me that message without good reason.
Are you and Mr. Penske very close to one another?
Well, if anyone can be close to that stubborn old mule, I guess it's me.
Well, I'm sure he's fine, wherever he is. Mr. Penske was supposed to help me with something. Well, it may all sound a little strange.
There's nothing strange under the sun. There are only small minds with small views of the world around us.
Well, he had me find these 3 trinkets, a book, a feather, and this fang. There's some kind of magic charms that are supposed to... Well, they're to help me with some problems with these nightmares that I was having. He was going to show me how to use them. The darndest thing is, my nightmares have stopped. Only I hardly sleep at all now.
The talismans are only temporary measures. Walter understood that. He should, after all. That's what I taught him. The problem is that your aura is still branded. You must be cleansed.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Cassie, I just don't get what it is you're trying to tell me.
That's okay, Jim. Let me try to explain this to you in layman's terms. Your spirit has an energy which someone like me, someone with a trained eye, can see. That energy glows with a white light. With you, I see a black shadow surrounding that light. Someone has tried to invade your spirit. Those nightmares are merely symptoms. Your subconscious mind is much more powerful.
Whoa, you're losing me again.
Someone is attacking you through your dreams. The 3 talismans are keeping them at bay, but that's only temporary. You must use them against your tormentor if you wish to be free.
Okay. So how do I get this guy?
It is dangerous, but you must stop them at the source.
I don't care about the danger. I just want to get this guy.
I can put you in a trance. You can travel to your dream state and face the source of your nightmares.
No offense, man, but this all sounds like a lot of hooey to me.
Right. Is it any crazier than the nightmares that have plagued you already?
I don't guess so.
Shall we begin? Now relax. Concentrate on the locket. Block everything else out. Concentrate, concentrate, concentrate.
The fish are creatures of the moon, though she avoids their company. The fish are away from the sun, she's with them. When the bird is away from the sun, she's with them. When the bird is away from the sun, she's with the moon. When the bird is away from the sun, she's alone. The sun is on his right and left. She's alone. The bird sit on his right and left. The crown and the bird sit on his right. The keys are creatures of the sun. The keys are creatures of the sun. The bird and the fish are the base of all. The star follows the key. The star follows the key. The star follows the key. The London crown prefers the key. The star follows the key. The comet is seen. By day that no twin can stand its sibling. No twin can stand its sibling. The star follows the key. The star crown prefers the key. The right and east is the left. The moon is full. No twin can stand its sibling. No twin can stand its sibling. No twin can stand prefers the moon. Rounds itself. The comet is seen after the moon has risen. The key follows the shield when the keys are creatures of the sun. The bird and the fish are the base of creatures of the sun. The keys are creatures of the sun. The keys are creatures of the sun. The serpent will chase the comet's tail. If not chased, its fish are the base of all. The bird and the comet's tail. If not, the comet is seen after the moon has risen. The comet is seen. There's the moon and the fish, its sibling. No twin can stand its sibling. The key follows its risen. The comet is seen. No twin can stand its sibling. No twin. The star follows the key. 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 The star.
Have you heard? Thanks for your help.
You're quite welcome, Jim. I'm glad to help.
I was floating in the night sky. I was surrounded by colored spheres.
Like the stars and the planets?
I suppose so.
There must be a pattern. You need to find it. In astrology, the spheres are associated with any number of things. Colors, metals, numbers, even angels. Find the associations and you will be able to find your way through the spheres. Perhaps this will help.
What is it?
It's a book on astrology. It will help you see the patterns amongst the stars and planets.
What's on your mind?
What happened to that Von Hess fellow?
He's in Winslow's hands. I've requested that he be turned over into our custody, but I'm afraid the FBI has all the pull with the men in Washington right now. I should imagine, however, that at the very least, he'll be deported to Germany.
I know you're gonna think this is a little screwy, sir, but... well, I am convinced that there is a connection between this Brotherhood of Thule and the Torso killings.
I'd say you'd lost your marbles, but I think I know you a little better than that. All the same, that's rather a large leap of logic, don't you think? What proof do you have?
Nothing firm, maybe just a hunch.
I'm gonna need something more solid than a hunch.
Well, for starters, there's Louis Fisher. Now, we know he worked for this Brotherhood, and he was only killed after I got a hold of him at the Raven Room. Now, I think he was killed by this Brotherhood to keep him from talking, and they sent his head in a box to try to scare me away. But Detective Marilow is convinced that he was murdered by the Torso killer. That's a mighty big coincidence, don't you think?
Go on.
Well, here's the really screwy part. There's the Black Dahlia.
The black what?
Dahlia, sir, it's a rare gem. Legend has it that whoever has this thing will be granted great powers, but only after you give it a blood sacrifice of 9 victims. It's hoodoo nonsense, sir, but it must be pretty valuable. Because Von Hess was just a little too eager to get his hands on it. That's what got him into hot water at the Raven Room.
What does this gemstone of yours have to do with the Raven Room?
I think this Brotherhood uses the Raven Room as a front. And whoever's behind this society, he's the one with the Dahlia. That's what Von Hess was trying to get in the club's back room.
Now let me see if I've got this straight. The Brotherhood of Thule uses the Raven Room as its front, and they have this magic gemstone the Nazis want. And if I understand you correctly, the Torso killings are all on account of this Black Dahlia as well?
I know it sounds half-baked.
I don't think it's even made it into the oven, Mr. Pearson.
Trust me on this one, sir. Please. I know I don't have any proof, but if I'm sure of anything, I'm sure of this. The Torso killer is connected to the Brotherhood of Thule, and all these murders are tied up somehow in this black gem of theirs.
Very well, I'll let you pursue this. For now, talk to Winslow and Marilow, see what they've got on the Torso killings. See if you can't find some solid evidence of a connection to the Raven Room. Now, I'm sure I don't need to tell you we can have no more incidents like the one we had at the party. See if you can't handle this a little more delicately.
Thank you, sir. You won't regret this.
See that I don't, Mr. Pearson. Come in. What can I do for you, Pearson?
There was some ruckus with that Von Hess fella.
Yeah. Funny how he just happened to get caught back there like that, huh?
Yeah, it was funny that way.
I got a little something for you. I don't know why I pocketed this, but I did. I got mad when Ness handed that crowd over to Winslow, so I kept it. This'll probably do you more good than it will me. I don't know what it is, but I saw the crowd drop it. He seemed plenty upset when he couldn't find it.
Thanks, Detective. This might be a big help. Do you know what happened to the medallion Von Hess had on him?
What?
The medallion. It was shaped like an iron cross. He had it with him at the party.
Sorry, kid, I don't know anything about that. But if he had it with him at the party, the FBI should have found it when they tossed him.
I'd like to see the evidence in the torso case.
Yeah, right, kid. Why would I need another Fed interfering in my investigation? One's plenty.
Because I think I can help you.
You know, kid, you made me curious. Why do you need to see the torso evidence?
Come on, Detective. You smelled a rat ever since my man's head turned up in a box. My case is all wrapped up in this torso killing business. You know it, I know it. All I'm asking for is a little help. Let me see the case file. If anything in my investigation turns up that should have a bearing on your case, you'll be the first person I come to. Or, if you prefer, I can go straight to Winslow.
You know, I'm beginning to like you, Pearson. You'd have made a good cop. Who knows? Maybe you can help me. Nothing like getting a fresh pair of eyes on it anyways. Here you go. Knock yourself out.
Have you found any similarities among the torso victims?
Hard to tell what with the little bits left in them. Only stiff we've positively identified other than your man was the killer's first victim, a kid named Angelo Santini.
What do you make of that one?
Kid was a street hustler, petty thief. At first we thought maybe he crossed the wrong man, but when the other bodies started popping up, we knew Santini wasn't a revenge killing. We don't have a whole lot else on him.
Any crime scenes bear checking into?
Funny you should mention that, because there was one place I was just thinking about checking again. We found a few bodies around the pond just off of Kingsbury Run. The sewers all run into it. We thought he might be using them, but there are miles and miles of them. You might want to try checking them yourself.
What about the newspapers?
Damned if I know, kid. It's the strangest thing. The bodies came wrapped in them. Now, we thought he might be leaving behind a clue for us, but we haven't been able to figure out a pattern. Papers came from all sorts of different times, different places. Nothing sticks out. Maybe you can figure out a connection.
I'll do my best. Where's the rest of the evidence?
What do you mean? It's all there.
Well, unless the killer changed his methods just for Louis Fisher, the rest of them should have been found wrapped up as neat as a butcher's steak.
Oh, nothing slips by you, does it, Hotshot? Thing is, that's all I've got. Winslow's been stalling with the evidence from Louis' murder for weeks. Says his boys have it in the lab. Now, if I was the cynical type, I'd say he was withholding evidence so I couldn't find the killer. I'd say he was trying to hog the credit for himself, while we working stiffs do all the work. But that'd just be if I was cynical.
Thanks, Detective.
Anything for you, kid.